And then we're going to click on New. And then we'll put in SMB in 2D. And then click on Create Project. Comes up and asks about a new version, just close it. Over here on the right side, Services Inspector, we're going to want Inspectors chose there. Now we'll go to Google Chrome. And I'm going to type in Super Mario Brothers. And then choose Images. What did I type in earlier? Thought I located an image. There it is. If you type in Mario space Super Mario Brothers. Then you're going to see this little graphic right here. So go ahead and right click that and save it. And then if you open it, does it save it? Let's see. Type in Mario space Super Mario space Brothers. BROS. The what?
Yeah.
Yeah, do a right click on it, save as. Want to make sure I could have the images to show you today. So I've located some. Now once you load that, you can do your magic wand. Click on the white and it'll select all the white, and then you can do an edit cut to get rid of the white behind it. Now, part of this this particular project is we'll look at how to do sprite sheets, where as your character moves, it appears like the legs are moving, type of deal. Go ahead and save this. So go ahead and do a file save. And, I'm lying to you. Do a file save as. Just make sure it's PNG. So if it doesn't say save as type PNG, then change it to that. And go ahead and name it Mario.png. And click save. And then click OK on that part. Now I wanted to get the flooring And to be honest, I don't remember which one I even chose. Guess it doesn't much matter, but grab one of your images. So I'll grab this one. And I'm gonna right click on it and save image as. I'll call it Mario screen. Then I go to paint.net. I'm going to open up Mario screen. Now you do your rectangular select over here. And you might need to zoom this. I don't know quite how to zoom it without stop and snag it though. Let's see. How do I zoom? Oh, here. So control, zoom in. Okay, so now I'm gonna select the bottom flooring. Now, if I go too far, I'll get their feet. So if you want, you could just actually even just choose this bottom row. Do an edit copy and do an edit paste in the new image. Now that we got that, we'll go ahead and do a file, save, save, and then I'll call it floor.png. And then click save. And I'll click OK there. So now we have Mario and we have the floor. One more thing. That same image on mine, I had this little brick thing here. So I wanna capture that. So I'm gonna grab that. Do a copy. Again, our goal here is just learn some basic techniques. We're not going to learn how to program the entire Super Mario Brothers game. And then I'll do edit, paste in the new image. And I'm going to call that, what do I call that? Save as, shelf, shelf. You know what you call those? PNG. Click OK. That's probably, the blue background would be nice. So let me grab some blue. I'll just draw a square or draw a rectangle. Doesn't matter how much you select because we're going to resize it anyway. I don't think it'll look bad resized. I'm going to do an edit copy, do an edit paste in the new image. And I'll do a save. Blue background. And click OK. Now over my new project I created over here, I'm going to right click in my assets and say import new asset. I'm going to click the one I want and then hold on my control key and click the other ones. Floor, Mario, and shelf. And then say import. You should see your new images appear down at the bottom. Am I going too fast? Going too fast at all?
Yeah, I'm still getting
Oh, okay. I'll hold off then. I used to play the Super Mario Brothers, and when I went to college, I played for hours, just a few quarters. I got good at the game. Couldn't play any other video game for hours, but that one I got good at. It worked out well when you don't have money. Now I'm gonna take my blue background, drop it up here, and then I'm gonna resize it. So it takes up the entire screen. I'm gonna take my floor and move it up here. I can put it right there. You can also drop floor on there again. So you can drop multiple instances of it. And I could drop the floor up there again. And again. And maybe a couple more times. That's probably close enough there. That's good enough. Now I'm going to drop Mario up there. Maybe. Where's Mario at? Probably behind. Let me double check, make sure I dropped him okay. Okay. So our sorting layer, ordering layer, we got 0 here, 1. I'll put Mario there. Now I'm going to choose Mario, and I want to do an add component and add a rigid body 2D on it. Also want to do an add component and choose a collider. So I choose a box collider 2D. How's this coming? Good or behind or ahead or... By the way, we could have added just one of those floors and then resized it, but I wasn't sure what the distortion on it would look like, so that's why I added two. Now, the box by default is the size of your character.
Did you want us to add which body to Mario?
Mario. And also add a box collider 2D. Now, if I do the drop down here and I choose wireframe,
What else? The box collider you said?
the what?
The box collider?
Box collider. Box collider 2D. And then you want to choose a wireframe here. Like right there. And you'll see the little box goes around your Mario. If you change this to size to like, I don't know, 1.5, 1.8, you'll see the green go in. And now after you get that changed a little bit, you can go back to your shaded view. And now if you click Mario, you see the inner rectangle. And so you can change that even more. The width is 1.2, 1 maybe. The Y is 1.6 maybe. And the offset 0.3, no, negative 0.3, negative 0.2, negative 0.1. That's probably close enough. So now you should have a box collider around Mario. Now if I come down here and choose this top wall, top floor, so I choose the top one, and I click Add Component, and I choose Box Collider 2D. By default, it should be the same size as the object, which is fine. That's what we want. If I click this one, if I do Add Component, choose Box Collider 2D again, by default, it should be the size of that, which is fine. And then I'll click this one and choose Add Component, Box Collider 2D, and it'll select that. Well, now if we run it, character falls down. Doesn't move or anything. We haven't put any of that in there. But the box colliders down here, or the box collider, this stops it from keeping on going down below. So gravity works on our favor on this. We don't have to do a lot of the programming you might have to do when the rigid body is applied and the gravity is existing. Good so far? Now we're going to program Mario to move. So I'm going to come over to, after you choose Mario, come over here, do add component. If you have anything typed in here, you want to do a backspace, get rid of it. And we want to choose new script. So you have to scroll to the bottom. I'll call this player movement. And click create an add. And you should see a C# file here. So we'll double click that. Now once this comes up in the update section, I want to declare a vector to, I call it POS for a position. This is going to retrieve the position of Mario. So I say position is equal to this dot transform dot position. And I'm going to check if, see if I can remember this, input.get key, then keycode dot right arrow. Then I'm going to change position dot,
It says password.
strange. Tables are solid. I expect if I gave you the same laptop as before, you wouldn't have that. So all I've done is gone down the update and have vector 2 position. And that said position is equal to this dot transform dot position. I'm checking to see if they press the right arrow key. And if so, then I want to increase the X by something. Let's say 0.1F. And if they push the left arrow, I want to decrease it by 0.1. I don't know if those were right or not, but we'll see. Since I think this is one you can hold down, those should be fine. Then I'll click Attach to Unity. And now for run the game.
Says I have builders.
Builders.
Little lost position documents.
Of course, I haven't. I got my own errors. Here at the end, you want to set it back. This dot transform position is equal to position. I'll let you compare your code. See where yours is different.
So it says I have an error code on this one. So back to POS.
You're missing a parentheses after the left arrow. Should be two after the left arrow.
Mr. Hayes. Every time I do attach to Unity, it says attach to process or something. Not sure what this is.
Go ahead and cancel that. And do the text image. Okay, cancel. Do the drop down arrow next to it.
It says attach. Attach to Unity.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like
Copy the code just in case. Then close that. Say yes. Double click it over here. Could be, but when we had to sign in, that didn't make the attachment to Unity.
one or more projects in the solution now that we please see that.
Choose the attach.
Those came from this close Unity.
If that doesn't work, then we already got that copy.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll delete you can delete it from there and then kind of re-add back in.
One more project. Please run out of that.
Yeah, just go ahead and close that.
Let's see. Should I delete this and
Just delete that. Mario. Does that script and delete that?
yeah. Where's the delete? it.
Let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to add it back in. So put the add component there. Let's see.
It's an S and V up there too. Good mother. Here. No, that's just Explorer. Well, I'm not seeing it. Runner projects were not loaded correctly. Please see the output window for details. These lanes file.
Project file cannot be loaded. Cannot find file. Assembly C sharp CSPRG. Let's see. Upgrade real fast for you. So when import new asset,
Did my USB drive.
where I put this. And, see, Mario Photo Bread. Bread, where actually put this one.
Alright, thanks.
Is anyone on?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's four there. So I'm gonna add a collider on those. Add a box collider there. Add a box collider here. So that's not right. Box collider 2D. That's what I have here. Box collider 2D. Not box collider 2D there. For Mario.
Ooh, the box collider.
What?
The background of the box collider.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
That's not good. That would do strange things. So this one is a box collider. Add a rigid body. And then let's add a box collider. Change the width to 1 and 7, 5, 5. And then offset negative 0.3, 2. Like that. And add the code. Move it. Attach the unity back.
Type of names was the machine.
When I copied it, I must have grabbed an extra curl bracket. There we go. Right arrow's not working. Position is equal to position dot x plus. Of course, I have to check mine, see if it's working. It should be a minus here. Okay, I'm gonna go check mine now and see if it's working. Could be either on syntax. Nope, mine's moving. It's weird. Yours is not moving, is it? to position. Position is this. Position. Key code right arrow. Position that X. Position that X plus 0.1 dot. If input left arrow. Position. It's in the update section. Let's see mouse. Oh, there's one. Okay, so as I run this, our character is running along. We can hold down the key to have it go. There we go. Again, you go slower or faster, depending on how you want to program it. When you hit this opening right here, assuming I had made it bigger, Mario would fall down into it. So I see I got some issues with what I've created. Oops. So I'm going to move this over. Now the question is, when I moved that over, what it did to my box collider. So I'm going to select that again, and I'm going to go into my wireframe, and I think it moved the box collider with it, which it should, but I wasn't sure. I go back to shaded, and now I'm going to run it. Let's try that again. There it goes. I might need to make my gap a little bit bigger there. So let's see if I grab that. Move that over there. Move this over. That should be better. Now we want to program in a jump. Assuming I moved it over far enough. No, I guess if I got enough speed there, I still got through. It actually looks a lot better when you do sprite sheets. The little legs look like they're moving. So it falls through. And I could increase that width to make it a little bit more realistic, such that, again, you can't kind of just run. But I want to jump. So I'll come back to my my code here. And I'm going to say if input.getKey keycode dot space now beginning curly bracket, closing curly bracket. This is the initialization of the jump sequence. Lots of different things you can do with jumps. If you think back to some of the 2D games you've played, you could jump, and after you're up in the air, have you ever played those games where you can control which direction you're going to go at that point? Yeah. And then there's some that are more rigid. When you do a jump, if you're facing the right, it's automatically going to keep going to the right. You can't alter your course. We're simply going to control the change of the Y value for our position. And I'm going to move this dot transform down here to the end. Because any changes I make, I don't want reflected until the very end. Now up here, if you scroll up, you'll see public class, player movement, or whatever you called it. Here we're going to declare public bool jump. And we'll set it equal to false initially. We're declaring a flag. Boolean is true or false. And we're saying initially we're not jumping. Because we're not. We're just started the game. And then down here,
public bool jump is what?
false. And then down here, where we initiate the jump sequence, I'm going to set jump equal to true. Now we're going to see we're going to have to add on some other items onto this to account for all the different peculiarities of the game. But in general, I'm going to say if jump is equal to true, then I'm going to increase my Y value by a certain value. So if I press the space bar, it says jump to true. And then each time through the game cycle, it'll increase our Y position by 1. Well, we're going to see something unique about this, I think. I don't know how much gravity affects it. But if I click Attach to Unity, and I go run this, there's my character. If I press spacebar, Superman flies off the screen. What I want to do is I want to control how long is it going to keep increasing. And 1 might be too much. So I'm going to have up here, I'm going to have a counter. For example, I'm throwing a ball up in the air. And I count seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. How long do I want it to go up in the air before it comes back down? So just a counter of some sort. It doesn't have anything to do with seconds. So I come up here and I'll say public int jump counter. And I'll set it equal to 0 initially. And I want to continue my upward movement, increasing the Y value, while jump counter is less than a certain value. So if I'm in the process of jumping, which is right here, and jump counter is less than 9. And then I'm going to do this. So I'll say jump counter is equal to jump counter plus 1. So we'll go ahead and attach that to Unity. And now, if I run it, and you have to be really careful about this. You have to press your space bar just one time. That's all let me do on mine. Didn't go. It went up too high, didn't it? But maybe the reason why it went up too high is this 1F here. Maybe this should be 0.3F. Okay, now I want to check here. If jump counter is less than 9, less than 9, if I'm increasing by 1, is 8, isn't it? So, if jump counter is equal to 8, then I'm going to say I'm no longer jumping. So jumping is equal to false. And I'll set jump counter back to equal to 0. So if I click attach to Unity, if I run that, now if I do my space, press my space one time, kind of works, doesn't it? Now while I'm up in the air, if I press my space again, I can get a little bit higher, can't I? So that's an issue. While I'm in the middle of a jump, I don't want to be able to kind of reset it. So I come over here. Let me see, space. Jumping is equal to true. That's not really an issue there. Come down here. And I have jump counter is equal to 8. And then I set it to false, I set this equal to 0, which means it comes up here and checks to see if you equal to 0. And jump is equal to true. So what I really want to know is a character back down to its original position. So I'm going to keep track of up here. Public float jump original position. So when I start my jump sequence down here, I want to record off my original position. Now, unfortunately, I've already moved left and right, but that doesn't matter because I'm just concerned with up and down. So here, jump original position is going to equal to position.y. So if my jump counter is equal to 8, it sets it back to this. Let me see. Jump is equal to true means I'm jumping. And jump counter is less than 9. And jump position, or jump original position, is equal to nope, I think I got that wrong here. Okay, this is where I'm increasing it. I only want to do a space bar if we're not currently jumping. So, and maybe this would take care of that. And jump is equal to false. Equals false. Okay, let's see how that goes. The thing about playing with the code is you just have to play with it and see what's going to work. It's obviously not working because I can hold on my space bar and get it to go up forever. It's getting closer though. Okay, so let me think. I record off my jump position when they initially jump, and then I said this can only be done when it's false. So that's true. That's good. Jump is equal to true, and jump is less than 9. The only time I want to increase it is when if I say if jump original position is equal to if it's equal to position.y. I'm gonna have to think about this. Yeah, I don't get that quite correct. So let me get rid of that. I'll save that. What I wanted to show though was if we add on the shelf. Increase the size of it there. Got our character here. If I drop a box collider on that, and then run it, just by doing your right arrow in jumping, then it handles it automatically for you. Looks like I had a little too low. It's like we got some issues of keeping the Mario upright also. But see, that's how you can build a level. So you can build different ones you can jump to. Now, the challenge would be getting that jump sequence to work correctly. Let's save that. This is what I created during lunch. See, I get over here. Obviously, I didn't spend a whole lot of time trying to make it work correct. But if I do keep pressing my space bar, see how it does not keep going up forever? I'm just going to need to review what in the world I did to get it to work during lunch.
If you have the box slider on the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
the jump is so powerful, you just jump right through it.
Oh, do you? See, I had the right combination of if statements here. The space bar and jump as false and position. Oh, no, this wasn't working right. This is where I thought I'll look at this during class. Because I got the character to do that, but when it gets up here, it won't do a jump again. So the jump has to be based upon your original position. And that's what I realized during lunch. But ran out of time because I got on that phone call. I didn't give you much time. I'll give you more time at the end of next class. But I wanted to give you time to work on the asteroids project. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.